If you have that negativity in your life, you need to find a way to shut it off, block it out.
Strong relationships will definitely help separate you, because a lot of people, they get the deal done, they're like, okay, on to the next one.
Please, when getting into anything that has to do with being a real estate agent, do not get caught up with your commissions. How do you follow up with your leads?
Yeah. I'll send them stuff. I'll send them handwritten letters or little gifts.
You can't convert someone who doesn't want to be converted.
If you want to separate yourself from everyone else, you have to put in the work.
They would send me a house, see this, show this, do this, go there, send offer.
Sounds like real estate.
And that's when you need to know when to fire a client, because sometimes you waste so much time with those who drive you nuts and you realize you should have spent your time somewhere else.
Creativity is everything.
What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all having a beautiful day, and we are here on podcast number 13, and you got with you Karam Khalil and
Ben Wegmann. I like how you did the salute.
The salute,
yes.
Giving the respects to all of you because we love you all. Now, for everybody who's joining us right now, we really, really appreciate you. We love y'all so much, and we thank you for the support. Those on YouTube, the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscribe, all that means the world to us. And those listening on Spotify, we love y'all because you guys are over there listening to us on their way to work, on their way back from work, and some even in the gym.
Love that.
They get hyped, Ben, when they listen to us in the gym.
Woohoo! Sounded like Mario.
That's hilarious.
Let's go.
So we appreciate that, guys. And for all of those who are watching, we have a 5-letter word or listening that we live by on this podcast. And that 5-letter word is what?
Value.
If we don't give y'all value, we don't want to be here. So please.
We gotta go.
We got to go.
Gotta go.
Please give us the comments, ask us the questions, tell us how we can help. And if we can't answer, I promise we'll get you the answer. I do commercial real estate. Ben does residential real estate. We do real estate in general, and we invest. So if we can help, we got your back. Now, don't forget, guys, we got a Discord channel down below that we would love for you all to join. Once a month, by the way, we do a Zoom, which you were on the you like the last one that we did?
The last one was very fun.
It's a 1-hour Zoom call. Every single month we do it once a month, the first Monday of the month on the Discord. So join that.
We lost our TV.
Uh-oh.
It's okay.
Hold up. I'll do this real quick.
Yes.
By the way, guys, this is live and done. Let's see if we play.
Happen. There we are. We look so good. So you're going to keep talking.
I would have noticed. Good look right here.
Yeah, I got you,
that.
man. This is what I'm here for.
So on the Discord, any questions you guys have, you ask us and we answer it right away. And then we go once a month on the Zoom. Anyways, we're going to dive in on some it's not emotional, but it's touching stuff. Yeah. Okay. I want to start off the podcast with talking about doing something you love and how important positivity in your life is. Would you say having positive people in your life is what helps you elevate?
Very important. There's a saying. It's you are who you surround yourself with. It's something along those lines.
Powerful.
And even I am a product of that. So if I'm around negative people, it's going to bring down my energy. It just is.
Said.
That's probably why I don't hang around a lot of people, honestly, because I feel like most people are negative.
Is for you like mainly just work and family, you would say?
Yeah. And I mean, hang out with Karam.
Work, family, and then
do the podcast. No, I've got some other good friends that are super positive, and like I said, those are the people I want to be around. If I'm around negative people, unfortunately, my mood will kind of dip. So
yeah, you'll feel it.
Yeah, that saying is very truthful, 100%.
Check this out. Now, you might be somebody who is confused in life. You might be lost. You might feel powerless. You might feel like you're a failure, and you are not. But you might feel that. I felt that. I promise you. 16, 17, up until 21, 22 years old, I was confused. Ben, I was flipping houses at 18. As you know, I was making 30 grand a house flip, but I didn't love what I was doing. I was just doing it because it was making me money. It was great, but I didn't love it. And I want to get across to you all something is that you don't have to love what you do in order to do it. Too many get tripped up thinking that they need to go chase what they love to do, but sadly, not all the time can that pay you what you need to continue surviving. Sometimes you have to do what you like enough to be able to then do what you love, right?
Great point.
So for me, for example, I love real estate. I enjoy it. I love it, but I like it enough to keep doing it. But it's not like I love it and I'm like, woohoo,
you're in love with it. Yeah, like, let's go sell some homes.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some people who love what they do. I would say like Elon Musk. I mean, what he's doing right now, I'm assuming he loves it from how much he's building and creating.
Yeah,
he loves it.
He would have to. He's like dedicated his life to it.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For me, I like it enough, and then hopefully it'll lead me to be able to do what I love. It'll make me the money to be able to have the luxury to do what I love. I personally believe if you know what you love early on in life, you're blessed. And I also believe like you're a very small percentage. Not everybody loves what they do. So let me ask you this. Do you love what you do, Ben? And did you love it before you even started it?
I love what I do, Karam.
Every day. It's
yeah.
like,
but here's the thing. Yeah, I love real estate. Real estate is great. It's enabled me to live a really good life. But with that, of course, there's ups and there's downs, right?
Yeah.
So some days I don't love it, but
But do you wake up and like, okay, let me tell you this. If I have to wake up at 5 a.m. forcefully, I can't do it.
No.
But if I do it on my own, I love it.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, 16, 17 years old, and I knew I had to wake up at 5 a.m. because I had basketball practice.
You're like, I want to do this.
Listen to this. I can't wait to wake up.
Oh, wow.
Because I love basketball.
Okay.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
So that feeling.
Go play basketball.
I want to. Do you get that feeling, you think, when it comes to real estate? Or you wake up and you're like, I like it enough. I can't wait to go do it. Like, what kind of feeling do you get?
I wake up early and I'm excited, not just for real estate, but just to get better. You know what I mean? Just to improve. Like, real estate is a big part of that because that's
Beautiful.
how,
That's how you
I run
live.
most of my day. But yeah, I'm doing all these other things too. I'm working out. I'm spending time with my dog.
Interesting.
I'm excited to do a lot of things.
I like that.
That's what motivates me.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I think that just because you might not wake up super hyped up to do that thing, it doesn't mean that you don't love it. It just means that it's something that's a part of your day. So now it's just something that you do every single day. The reason why I'm touching on this, guys, is I feel so many people try to keep searching to find what they love to do, don't find it, get depressed because they can't find it. But the reality is the goal is to just do. Eventually what you're doing will lead you to something that you love. And I don't even know till this day what I love.
Everything I feel like is a stepping stone in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's not like, some people who know what they love, like my nephew, he literally comes over and he's like, do you have anything for me to build? He's 10 years old.
Yeah.
He wants to build this table. He wants to build the bench in the backyard. He wants to build a fire pit. Yeah. He loves it. I'm like, this kid hopefully is going to be blessed because early on he's going to know that he wants to be a builder of some sort.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a huge blessing.
Yeah.
So for those who are watching and may not know that, don't get caught up. And this transitions to positivity. How important, Ben, is positivity in our lives as our careers are in real estate? What would you say in positivity's importance is right now for you?
It's very important. And positivity is almost something that you create yourself. You know what I mean? There's like, before this podcast, like I'm working on a deal right now that's, really stressful, but I'm not going to let it stress me out for I'm creating positivity because I want to have like good energy and, be happy for this podcast.
Beautiful.
But obviously we're kind of talking off camera about this. Everyone's mindset is different. You know what I mean? For some people, it's going to be harder to do that. I guess, I don't know, just through experience, it's become easier for me to do that.
Would you say it's your surroundings though too? Like you're talking about parents and family and brothers and sisters and friends. Like they gotta be like, if someone's negative to you, does that motivate you or demotivate you?
If someone's negative, I try and remove myself from that.
Do you take criticism well, or do you feel like it weighs you down? Like if your parents or someone says something negative?
I'm indifferent. I'm not gonna lie and be like, I don't think about it.
Yeah.
But if someone criticizes me, it's like, okay, like I'll go do better. And
so it kind of fuels you.
I will do better. Yeah, exactly. It definitely fuels me.
Nice. I'm going to share the story about this 18-year-old
okay.
who ran from his parents' house at 18 years old. And we were talking about this cultural stuff, me and you, where for many people, it's you're 18 years old, you kind of open the doors as parents and let them go. For certain cultures, it's not like that. For my culture, it's you literally live in the home till you get married. And if you can't, and when you get married, if you can't afford to buy a home, you still live with parents until you can afford it. Right. So when he left at 18 years old, he essentially ran because they're from my same culture. And I sat with his dad and was talking to his dad. His dad wanted me to help him find a property.
Okay.
I'm helping him find this property. And as I was talking to him, he liked the way I spoke to him. So he said, can you speak to my son? I'm like, what's wrong with your son? He goes, he's just, not kind of where I want him to be.
Yeah.
He left the house.
Yeah. Rub off on him, Karam.
So I ended up setting up a meeting with his son, take him to a steakhouse, and we just chatted up.
Just you and him?
It was just me and him and his brother. We brought his brother.
So this was the first time you've ever met these people?
First time I ever met the 18-year-old that I'm meeting with. I've known his brother from before.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm not getting paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just kind of giving back.
Sure.
His dad asked, I want to help him out.
Yeah.
See what's up with this kid.
Yeah.
A young guy, not a kid. Anyways, meet with him and we start chatting it up, and come find out that he essentially left at 18 years old, that he left because of how much negativity was in his household. And it wasn't bad negativity towards him because they hate him. They loved him so much that they were so negative towards him without realizing. So guys, if you're a parent who's watching this, you must be careful how you preach to your children. He told me that every day he would wake up, whether it's at 10, 11, 12 p.m., 10, 11 a.m. or 12 p.m.
Kind of late.
Yeah, which is late. But listen to this,
Everyone's
Ben.
different.
If you sleep late, sometimes it offsets if you're hustling at night.
Sure.
At that younger age.
Sure.
So he would hear from his parents, you're a failure. Why do you keep switching your degrees? Why do you keep bouncing around? Why aren't you doing what your friends are doing? Why aren't you getting a job? Why aren't you going to college? Why aren't you full-time? He kept hearing it and hearing it and hearing it. And he's like, at the end, Karam, he goes, I just couldn't hear that anymore. He ended up leaving the house. He ended up finding bad friends. He ended up falling in the wrong direction. Such a bright young man.
Right.
And he got caught up in the wrong place because parents were so negative, they pushed him out.
Gotcha.
And some personalities, like my personality, if somebody says you're a failure or you're a loser or why do you keep bouncing around degrees, and I heard that because I switched my degree 8, 9, 10 times, I get fueled by that, and then I go show results. So for those who are listening, if you have positivity in your life and your personality is like mine, it may fuel you. But even with my personality, it still somewhat weighed me down and made me question.
Of course, because you're human.
You get what I mean? It still made me question. So if you have that negativity in your life, you need to find a way to shut it off, block it out. Some say, like Gary Vaynerchuk, a ton of people ask him these questions. I got negativity from my parents. What do I do? He goes, do your best to block them off.
Yeah.
Do your best to just explain to them.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? My advice for all those in this position is to show results. Ben, when you got your real estate license, but you dropped out, did you drop out before you got your license or after?
I got my license, so I did all my schooling and everything. I took the test, I got my license. Then I came to my parents with that. I've got my license.
Wow.
I'm dropping out of school. Yeah. Yeah.
He showed results. He literally went to them and said, I got my license. I'm dropping out of school. Now, his parents...
I have a backup. You know what I mean?
I have a backup. His parents could have been negative and said, go to school, and it's a better thing, because traditional parents, that's just really what they want. But he came with results. So the funny story, so when I was doing my first house flip, I was 18, and my parents were like, this kid's crazy. Like, what is he doing? Yeah. And when they saw the house, it was trash up to the knees, right? Mom was almost teared up.
Yeah.
Like, what did you buy?
My boy.
What did you buy?
Yeah.
Like, what has he done? I paid $105,000 for the house. It was from investors' money. It wasn't my money, but I put my 20 grand savings from flipping cars as collateral. And it's like, what has he done? Flip that house. I made $22,500, like $84.
And then you show that to them.
Show the check.
Yeah.
What do they say? Great job, but it's just this one house. You still need to go to college. Flip the second, flip the third, flip the fourth. It's just this house. It's just this house. It's just the market.
And then all of a sudden it's 10 houses.
They're like, let him go.
Yeah.
Let him go. So at the end of the day, guys, showing results is hopefully how you're going to be able to do what you want to do, talk less and do more. And I know that's a famous saying out there. So we wanted to start off the podcast with that to give you guys some motivation. If you're feeling lost or confused in life, those are our stories and kind of how we dealt with what it is that we had. Now, I want to transition to this. Knowing when to fire a client and keeping a client, and knowing where to spend your time. Now, this is the most dangerous thing in the business that me and you are in.
Dangerous?
Actually, in any business.
Whoa.
Most dangerous. To know when to fire a client and when to keep a client.
Ooh.
And to know where to spend your time.
Yes.
Have you ever fired a client?
Of course.
I have too.
Yeah.
Actually, I almost fired a client who I thankfully didn't, because they're one of my biggest clients to date today.
Ah, okay.
I reached out almost 50 times, meaning I almost called them, I almost texted them, I almost set up a meeting, basically saying this isn't going to work out. Every single time I was about to do it, I just grounded myself and I said, be patient.
One more chance.
Be patient, literally.
Yes.
And thankfully I was. Now, on the flip side, there's another client that I was be patient with, and I ended up wishing I fired them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I had a client who was coming from Cali, wanted to buy a house here in Texas, and they were basically running me in circles a million times. They would send me a house, see this, show this, do this, go there, send offer.
Sounds like real estate.
I'd send an offer. the deal would die because they would the next day be like, pull out. I don't like the house anymore. I looked at the neighborhood. It's far from this. It's far from that.
Man.
So it was brutal. And I knew I needed to fire them, but I didn't because I was just like hanging there, hanging tight.
Yeah.
After, at least a week or two of honestly hell and hoping and wishing I just fired them, they ended up saying, I'm just going to move to Florida.
Wow.
Because they ended up saying that my family doesn't want to go to Texas anymore. They want to go to Florida.
So they went from Cali to Florida.
From Cali to Florida.
Change coasts.
And that's when you need to know when to fire a client because sometimes you waste so much time with those who drive you nuts and you realize you should have spent your time somewhere else.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Focusing in real estate where your time is spent is hands down the most important thing because in real estate, everything's about time.
Absolutely.
We work, showing the properties, then we come behind the scenes on the computers, then we're drafting contracts. All of that takes time. How long would you say it takes to draft a 1 to 4 resale contract for a house?
20 minutes. But it used to take me forever.
20 minutes. So how long would it take for making it, for sending it for signatures, assuming they're on the computer ready to sign and all that? You think 20 minutes total?
20, 30 minutes, yeah, waiting on them to sign everything and then drafting up the
20, 30 minutes, you're pretty focused doing it or no?
Yeah.
Because I hate having to plug in the other realtor's info.
Oh, I know.
Oh
So,
my
like
God.
Go back and forth from MLS.
Oh my
Pull
God.
this, okay, copy
So
paste.
so there are some agents who are lazy, and there's agents who, when they're making a contract, they just put their information, like their brokerage, their license number. But the smart agent puts the other side's information also, which I think most do, but lazy ones don't.
Yeah.
And why? Because you want, when that contract is sent to sign, all they have to do is sign it on the other side. Yeah. Guys, in real estate, you want the easiest things to be, how do I put this? You want everything that can possibly kill a deal or slow down a deal not happen.
Absolutely.
Speed is everything in the game.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Especially in a fast market like this.
100%.
Yeah.
So you have to be quick whenever you're in real estate. And if you're quick, that's how you're going to land deals. And I want to touch on this real quick because I think it's real important. Doing free work is the way, in my opinion. For all of you who are watching this, doing free work in real estate is the way into getting into the business.
And real quick, because a lot of people are going to be against this. Free work.
Oh, you think so?
I see this all the time on Twitter. Like,
yeah,
there should be no free internship, but this is a whole other conversation. When you're saying free work, what you're saying is you're giving value. So
exactly.
So continue.
Doing free work is like I'm giving value to that person.
Because in return, you're going to get
their business.
Exactly.
Like I have a client who's been building a house for 3 years. I went to the city. I spoke on his behalf. A lawyer charged him $5,000. I told him, don't worry, I'll do it. I have another client who doesn't speak good English. So I translated, I emailed, I set things up for them. Free work. And some of those deals I made no commission. Some of them I wasn't even an agent, but that led to hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Lots of hand movement.
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah, you talk with your hands.
It led to hundreds of thousands of dollars in money being made because they started to trust me.
Yeah.
Because they saw the free work and the free value that I gave them. It's free value essentially, like you said. That's a good clarification.
Yeah.
So for those who are in the business and they're new and they're like, I don't know what to do. If you have MLS, if you have LoopNet, if you have CoStar, if you have access to residential and commercial, give free value to those people. Say, I can give you free comps. Say, I can check out this property for you for free. Say, I can call this person for you for free. Eventually, they'll start trusting you, liking you, and most importantly, doing business with you, which is going to get you more money in your pocket. What do you say about that?
I love that. I mean, if you're giving value to someone, there's no way they're going to want you out of their life.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And nicely said. And you give value, Ben, early on in your career because you try to build a career.
Mm-hmm.
Once you've built the career, you're good at that point.
And think about how many people in your life are actually giving you real value. There's not a lot.
Not many.
Yeah. So if you're one of those people, they're going to want you there.
100%.
Yeah.
So my advice to all of you is give value, and in return, it's going to help you flourish and grow your business. That's a fact because it happened to me.
Love that.
All right. So now we're going to jump into the questions, which is our favorite part of the podcast because we try to give you guys as much value as we possibly can because that's the 5-letter word. You know how that is. Now, there's some good questions, so I'm going to start off with this one. This one is from Ashpina Realtor, and I think this one's good for you, Ben. What systems do y'all have in place to properly follow up with your leads? Some people talk about CRMs and talk about putting in Excel sheets and databases and stuff. Yeah. How do you follow up with your leads?
Yeah, I don't have anything super crazy, and I know there are going to be agents who do have like crazy CRMs. They're going to be like, Like, I've got him beat there.
Yeah.
No, dude, Excel. Like, it's just like I log everyone.
Nice.
You know, I can see when they've closed, so I can like follow up with them. You know,
Okay.
like a year after, I'll be like, "Are you still liking the home?" And then obviously, if they need stuff in between, then like I'm there to help them with it. But yeah, So I follow up with them based off of that, and you know, I'll send them stuff. I'll send them handwritten letters or little gifts, stuff like that.
Do you have all their info, like birthdays and days, and like special moments and things they like in that Excel?
So my lender, I push everyone through my lender. My
Yeah.
lender will send me an email when it's their birthday, so I know that way. But you know, I should probably start saving
lender.
all of that. Yeah, I have a really good lender.
Super good lender.
Yeah.
Systems in place for me, really, it's just my brain, and that's the worst system to have.
Well, I mean, you don't need like a robust like CRM machine. I mean, we're both doing great, and I use Excel, and you're saying you use your brain. So.
My brokerage has a system, and he's always pounding me to use it. Mm-hmm. And basically, if you call, you go in there, we find out what you're looking for, what the square footage is, and so forth. But it's so hard for me to keep up with systems.
Would you say you're stubborn?
Maybe for certain things. I think for certain things.
Yes, it's okay. I'm stubborn too. So
that's a funny question.
Yeah.
Was it? You just want to know if I'm stubborn?
Well, because you're like, he has this system, and you're like, I don't know if I should use it.
Yeah,
like,
I tried so many times, but I can't. So, we don't. So not we, but me personally, I don't really have a system. I just have very personal relationships with my clients.
Gotcha.
And
same.
I'm always up to date with them. So,
and I follow a lot of them on Instagram, so I'm seeing what they're doing. And
exactly.
Stuff. Yeah.
The worst thing is when your client's following you and you like make a post and you forget to reply to them or something and they slide up. I'm like, oh, snap, I forgot.
Yeah.
But that's a good question. Thank you for that. We're going to jump to the next one. Let's see this one. So we have Ian.Mir saying how to truly separate yourself from the rest of the competition other than just being creative.
Well,
so
creativity is everything.
Ooh, good one.
Like if you can't be creative, then how would you separate yourself from everyone?
Yeah, because I would say you're creative with your social media.
You have to be creative.
You get what I mean?
Otherwise, yeah, creativity is everything.
Listen to how I separate myself from the competition. I get extremely personal with clients. It's not about just calling and setting with a buyer consultation or a seller's consultation. It's literally going out to eat together, hanging out together, calling one another, checking on one another. I got clients who have mechanic shops. I have clients who have retail businesses. I have clients who have apartment complexes. So whatever that client has, I'll pull up and take my car there. Repair this for me. Give me an inspection. Get me a tire.
Nice. Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they have a retail business, I'll go there and I'll get me a sandwich from them.
Yeah.
I'll just say, hey, what's up? And I'll just show up.
Some would argue that that's being creative, Karam, but I like that. I like that you're elaborating.
It is, yeah.
That's good.
It's just being creative. So I get real personal with them where I show up. I have a client who really likes this place called Istanbul Grill or something like that.
They have one of those in Plano.
Oh, they do?
Yeah,
nice. They do. I think so.
Cafe Istanbul.
He loves it, so I invited him there. I was like, "Hey, let's go out for lunch." It's literally at 1 p.m. You go, you meet till 2 p.m. Why are we going out for lunch? Nothing, just catching up.
Yeah,
you get what I mean?
It's good.
Personal relationship, and you just start with that. After you've built that, you don't have to keep doing it. It's just something to start. That separates me from the rest.
I agree. Yeah, building strong relationships will definitely help separate you because a lot of people, they get the deal done. They're like, okay, on to the next one.
That's it.
So if you don't want to be super creative, the person who asked that question, then just be really relationship based.
Nice. Yes. That's a good one. All right. This one is Steven.Valdez.Texas Realtor. Tips starting off as a commercial real estate agent. And my biggest tip for you starting off as a commercial real estate agent is finding that right brokerage who's going to help you. And it's so boring that we keep saying the same thing.
It's important.
Specifically commercial, though. Because when you start in a good brokerage and they train you, can you believe that the brokerage I joined didn't even allow other agents? Thankfully, I was already active, so he let me go earlier. But doesn't allow you as an agent to go in the market for the first 6 months of having your license. He mandates your training.
You just got to learn everything.
He puts you on the calls. He puts you in the systems on doing email blasts.
That's smart on their end so they don't get any like litigation, stuff like that.
They make sure you're going out sharp. Yeah. And every person that I was with in that training ended up leaving.
Yeah.
And I lasted in the training for a month, but I had deals when I went to that brokerage, so it was a little tough.
Yeah, it's kind of brutal. 6 months not being able to work.
6 months. Of course, at your pace, but the minimum I saw was like 4 months. Because they teach you how to find the property owners, how to cold call, how to hunt properties, how to find distress.
So everyone just left?
The people in that training left.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, brokerage is super successful because they're so firm on who they bring on board.
Yeah.
I've been begging them to bring on an agent that I know, and they wouldn't. They just don't meet the criteria.
Yeah.
So it's find the right brokerage, and I promise you from there, you're going to get everything else. So that's my biggest tip for you. This guy, so Steven asked another question, which we're gonna answer. Can't find any real buyers or sellers, and deals keep dying. I'm on my 5th month of real estate. So Ben, he's basically saying nothing is going his way in this current market. Yeah. And it's less of a question, but an answer to that for you is that's just the market that we're in.
He's just starting off 5 months. We've talked about how like that's the time period when most people drop out.
Yeah.
Most people are going through the exact same problems he is.
100%.
So if he doesn't want to be the statistic and drop out, he just has to stick with it.
1,000,000%.
I know that's easy for us to say because, we're in good positions, but this is what we had to go through as well. I've been doing this for 6 years now. You have been doing it off and on.
Yeah.
Not
7 years.
Yeah, exactly.
But more of an agent, like 3 years.
Exactly. So my advice to him is like, you just got to stick with it. I know it sucks. Like, there's no excuse though. Like, man up. Like,
100%.
Make it happen.
100%.
Make it happen, and don't become part of the statistic of all these agents that drop out in their first few months.
And by the way, we know you're not complaining. We know that you're giving us this because you're trying to find out what's going on. What I'm saying is this is the market, meaning that even the best in the market are dealing with dead deals, are dealing with tough times. So just keep pushing through. Don't give up. Keep pounding the offers and do your best, and something will land. Be surrounded also with players who can help guide you in a market this brutal.
Yeah, and if it's tough right now with buyers, listings will be really easy. So if you can get listings, like those will be,
they fly.
Yeah, home runs.
Oh my God.
If buyers are tough right now, like focus on some leases. Do some leases on the side to make some extra money. Don't advertise that you can do buying, selling, and leasing.
Exactly.
Expand your business.
There you go. And I know that Ben did that. Don't funnel yourself into only one thing. Whenever a market's like this, be in everything. All right. So next question that we have is Ryder Rouse. And shout out to them because they are in the Discord and they ask us questions constantly. And then they also have one here for the pod. Do you think it's better to do real estate in your hometown where you are more well known, or jump to a big city and start over with doing real estate? Now, I'm going to let you answer that. But guys, when we get these questions and you watch these podcasts, these questions do repeat themselves from different people, but it's never wrong to answer every time because it's always a different way of answering. And also the person's asking the question, they probably didn't hear it in another 2-hour pod.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what do you think? Would you, like you're in Dallas, you're in a good city. Would you relocate to something that's bigger?
Well, he asked if you're well known. So if he's well known in the city that he's in, then he should stay in the city that he's in.
Good point.
I'm thinking, like if you're well connected, like just stay there. Like
they say that there are some cities that are so small, there's like only a couple deals you can actually do.
Yeah, well,
I can't believe that.
If that's the case, then maybe you go to a bigger city. But let's assume he's in a big city and he's well known, like
Do you think that you can do well as a real estate agent if I grabbed you and I put you in Kansas?
Yeah, dude, I could do well anywhere. Put me in Alaska. I'll sell to the
Nice.
Yeah,
so do you actually feel? So let's just say there's no social media presence, and you were told go to Cali, go to New York, go to Kansas, go to Chicago, and do real estate. Do you think you would perform?
Yeah, I make it happen.
I love it.
Social media presence or not, I make it happen. That's just the kind of person I am.
Assuming like you start from ground zero, that's really cool.
Yeah, I don't make excuses.
Nice. Yeah. So Ryder Rouse, I would think that personally, if your city or your hometown is so small that you can only really perform $5 million in sales for the year, no matter how good you're doing, and that's not enough money for you to do whatever you want, then you may consider relocating. But if the numbers are good and you're doing well and it's easier business there, it may not be better for you to move because maybe it's more brutal and tougher to make a little bit more money, but the amount of work you're putting in is 100 times more just to get it.
Yeah.
So kind of weigh that out.
Good answer.
Next one we got is Michael. If you were a brand new agent, shout out to McKelly's in the Discord.
Okay.
If you were a brand new agent who had no connections to investors, what are things you would do to put yourself in front of them and kindle a business relationship? I got a fire answer for him.
Go ahead. I've got one.
He says,
you've got a fire one.
Who had, we're going to let you do it too. If you were a brand new agent who had no connections to investors. So I guess he wants investors. If you go to the Tarrant County, I said Tarrant County. They're not in Tarrant County. If you go to the courthouse where they do foreclosures, over there is maybe 100 investors. Good. You going over there and telling those investors who are buying 3, 4, 5 homes a month to flip that you'll be their agent and you'll help them with comps for every single auction and you'll help them list the properties for 0.5% or 1% and you're willing to hustle and do what they need and drive the homes that they need. That's business. If you
real quick, just cut you off because that's what most investors will want to pay you is 0.5% to 1%. So.
Investors are hands down, and
they're cheap.
They're cheap.
Yeah, I'll say
now, hands down the cheapest.
But
now,
they may give you a lot of business. So,
yes.
Yeah.
I have some investors who are not that cheap, or they'll just take 1% off.
Nice.
I have some who will squeeze the life out of you. Every penny.
Karam, we're going to give you 0.25% commission.
Literally. Yeah. And you're like, man, it's a big client. And sometimes you do take it. So also join Facebook groups where they do meetups. A lot of those people in there are investors. Connect yourself with those people who don't just promote, I'm a realtor. Go from a different angle. Approach them as you're that person who can help them aside from being a realtor. If I'm going to someone and saying I'm a realtor, we got how much in now? 66,000 agents.
A lot. Yeah.
Too many realtors.
Way too many.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be so beautiful for them to want to use you.
Yeah.
If that even makes sense.
Not everyone can look like me. You know what I mean?
How many Bens are there out there to be able to get?
There's just one.
There's just one. So you got to be real unique in the way you pitch. Don't just pitch that you're a realtor and you can help them. A quick grab is reducing commissions, which is sad, but that's just how it is.
Yeah. I was going to answer the question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, you summed it up perfectly. My answer was networking. So.
Oh, it was networking. Yeah. Beautiful.
So good job, Karam. Proud of you.
Networking is everything. Do you go to a lot of networking events?
I don't because I don't have to.
Used to? Not really?
1 or 2, yeah.
But you're not like a big fan of it? By the way, as extrovert as I am, I'm super, I don't like them.
I think they're probably effective. I just got blessed with social media, so I don't really need to.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I think that networking events are very good, and I think that you can put your face out there. But for some reason, for me, it's if I'm not going with someone, it's so awkward for me.
I want to be the one throwing the networking event.
Yeah. And you can do that, and you can do it very well.
Thank you.
So that'll be awesome.
Lots of compliments today. I like it.
Let's check this guy out. Christian.Solis01. He plays basketball, by the way. He makes a lot of 3-pointers from what I know.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's a sharpshooter.
Good man.
How can you separate yourself? How can you separate yourself and get ahead of the game as someone just getting started? So Ben and I just started. What can we do to separate ourselves to get ahead? What I would do is, that's a tough one. Like, separating yourself as a new real estate agent has a lot to do with you, yourself, and your brand. What reputation have you been putting out for the last 20 years before you became a realtor? What reputation have you put in within your family, within your friends, within your community, within what you've done? If you've just been gaming in your room for the last 20 years, you really don't have a brand to put out there.
I've got an answer.
I think I know what it is.
I've got a good answer. What do you think?
Does it start with a W?
Work.
And then H?
Hard? Yeah, work hard.
Is that what it is?
Well, outwork everyone.
Is that what it is?
That's the answer. Yeah.
There you go.
That's the answer as a new agent. When I first started off, and we've talked about this, I was living in my apartment. I had no dog at the time, so I had no responsibility. It was literally just me and my apartment. I was out until the morning, the minute I woke up in the morning until I went to bed. Like, I was just hustling. I was touring apartment complexes. I was trying to meet up with people.
Nice.
To try and get their business. I was passing out business cards. Doing flyers. I was literally doing everything, mailing expired listings. I was sending them postcards like, list your home with me.
You were working hard.
Because that's what you have to do.
Yeah, period.
And if you want to separate yourself from everyone else, you have to put in the work, because most other people, they aren't putting in the work. You know what I mean? They're either experienced and they've gotten to a point where they're like, you know what, I'm good with where I'm at. They're content, or they just aren't putting in the work in general. And, they're going to drop out. But yeah, it's about putting in the work. That's how you're going to separate yourself.
And people, like, you got to understand, putting in the work, it's not for 6 months, it's not for 8 months, it's not for 1 year, it's not for 2 years. There's no definite time. It's keep doing it until you see the results.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna quit before that happens, then that's just on you.
Yeah. You become part of the statistic.
100%. And I like how you say that. I think that's like a nice quote that we can keep pushing out is don't become part of the statistic.
Well, it's the truth. I mean, either you're gonna make it happen or you're not. There's no in between. There's no excuses.
Christian, you got it, man. Work hard and outperform as much as you can. Work hard in what? Work hard with your open houses, with your phone calls, with your meetings.
Building relationships, like you were saying.
With relationships. Work hard where it's 7, 8 p.m. and you want to watch Netflix, go to a networking event. Just be everywhere and something will land for you. The Jordan Man asks a question, says, tips on how to have a higher conversion rate on leads. And my quickest answer to that is get more leads.
Yeah,
because your possibility, it's a numbers game, like you've said before, on the doors and on the knocking and all that.
Yeah.
I think it's get more leads and convert more. You can't convert someone who doesn't want to be converted. And I said in the previous podcast, a good closer will close no matter what. There's all that truth in it, but you can only close on who wants to be closed on. If you're calling someone who wants to for sale by owner and there is no way in hell that they're going to have you as their agent, you can tell them you're going to give them 0.25%. If they just set in stone don't want to do it, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time on the ones who don't want to do something.
Yeah.
It's kind of like know when to leave them and know when not to leave them, you know? Let's see. We're going to go, and I think that's really about it for... Actually, let me answer this last one. NWA Realtor. What are the best ways to dive into commercial real estate?
Oh, this is for you. That's why you wanted to answer it.
I honestly didn't
Commercial question. You're like, let me just pull one more.
Let me see. Okay, so this is the last one, but so let me ask you this.
Yes.
You want to dive, and I'm telling you this because I want to bounce it off of me.
Okay.
You want to dive into commercial real estate. What's the best way to get into it? When you get into commercial real estate.
Tell us, Karam.
When you get into commercial real estate, when you join a brokerage, they have usually what they call a director or senior director.
I feel like I should be looking at the camera because you are too. So.
Yeah, look at them, Ben.
Yes.
Gaze into their eyes.
Hello.
You have a senior director or a director, and that's usually who you would consider your mentor. They help you with everything. They will give you leads. They will help you with the properties. They will look over the leases and the LOIs and all those things. And those are who is going to help you get your foot in the door. You may have to pay them 10, 20, 30% of your commission. Please, when getting into anything that has to do with being a real estate agent, do not get caught up with your commissions. Your commissions and your money will be made later.
Preach.
You have 1, 2, 3 years of you paying the price of trying to win as a real estate agent and paying the price through your commissions. Till today.
And it will pay dividends.
Big time.
Damn.
Till today, I'm paying the price with my commissions.
You're still learning.
Because I still believe there's so much more out there, and I'm paying that premium for a good support. So the best ways to dive into commercial real estate is finding the good brokerage and then joining that brokerage who provides you a director or senior director who is going to be able to basically be your mentor.
Value.
What's the 5-letter word?
Great value by Karam.
Have you ever thought of singing?
Yeah.
Value.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Maybe I can do like a commercial or something.
So that's
Great value.
We're going to do a commercial, a podcast commercial.
Okay.
So that's what you guys have. Hopefully those answer the questions that all of you guys, amazing people, have given us on the pod. All right, guys. So there you have it. Podcast number 13. And we are going to wrap it up. Do you have anything else that you want to leave off to our amazing viewers?
Man, I think that was great.
You liked it?
I loved it.
Do you think that we gave them enough value?
I do.
Do you think that value we gave them is going to motivate them to click the link below for the Discord?
They have to join.
You guys have to.
Get the one-on-one and the Zoom calls.
There you go. Once a month on the Zoom calls. And most importantly, guys, those on Spotify, if you guys are on YouTube and you sometimes want to listen to us on Spotify because you can't watch the video version, go there, watch it, rank it, review it. However Spotify works, we'd appreciate that. And most importantly, for everybody who's watching, who's listening, who's showing support and love and sharing the video, we really appreciate you guys. We can't thank you enough. So thank you all so much for that. Now for podcast number 13, as of right now, me and Ben are wrapped up. If you guys have any questions, thoughts, comments, concerns, comment them below and we answer every single question. Unless it's directed and we need time to get you the answer, we'll get you that. Other than that, we answer every single question, so comment them below. And for right now, me and Ben We're both out. Peace. Good stuff, my brother.
Good stuff, man.